Jennifer Pankey clears a work table inside the greenhouse.
We're about to be seeding into trays, and this is where it starts, really, the whole life of the plant.
Coconut husks, not dirt, fill the trays. The 35-year-old single mom puts an organic seed into each cell. She carries the seeded tray into the next room.
And then they just go in this cabinet. We put them under plastic because they like to be dark in the germination process.
A few days in the dark, and the tray emerges with tiny sprouts pushing up through the husks. A week or so of sunlight, and the plants are ready for the large, water-filled growing tanks.
And we would transplant it into a net pot. A net pot's 2 inches, standard, open sides. You just take it directly from the tray, pull it up, and put it in the net pot, and then it starts establishing its roots.
So far, pretty standard stuff for a hydroponic farm. But there's a major difference here. That difference is found in the square tanks at the end of the room. Kevin Gorham throws a large cup of fish pellets into the water, and there's plenty of splashing as they scramble for lunch. Gorham says the greenhouse grows both plants and fish.
In hydroponics, fertilizers build up until your system has to be emptied and refilled. And in aquaculture, the fish waste builds up until it becomes toxic.
Combining the system solves both problems. Fish help filter materials the plants can't use, so clean water gets returned to the grow tanks. And the plants clean the water that's loaded up with nutrition-rich fish waste. Gorham says swapping the water between the tanks creates a system that produces food using much less water than one might expect.
Even though we have a lot of water in our systems, because that water recirculates indefinitely, we only use about 1% of the system volume per day. That works out to be about $100 a month in our water bill.
Gorham says farms the size of this 7,000 square foot greenhouse can spend that much on water in one day. And there are efficiencies in the grow cycle. He says seed to harvest time is a week or so shorter than typical farms. The greenhouse currently produces 25,000 pounds of lettuce and 4,000 to 5,000 pounds of tilapia each year. But Gorham says the operation is on the verge of tripling in size.
With our expansion, we're going to take our lessons learned and quadruple production. So we hope to produce about 100,000 pounds of leafy greens per year and between 30 and 40,000 pounds of tilapia as well.
But this operation grows more than just plants and fish. The farm is owned and operated by Solutions for Change, a North County nonprofit trying to solve family homelessness. Founder Chris Megason says the greenhouse is a stepping stone.
When we saw that this farming method was very, very innovative, very different, we thought, what if we could connect our people to be pioneers with us in this thing? And I got to tell you, when the homeless people come in here and they see what we're doing here, they get really excited about it. They see that it's part of something very innovative.
The people working here are dealing with issues that push them out into the street. Megason says 30 to 50 people a month cycle through the facility. Learning job skills is part of his organization's Solutions University.
These folks will work this farm, be part of something very purposeful, and so now we're growing and selling tens of thousands of food a year to the Vista Unified School District, and the kids in the district are eating some of the best food that they can put in their mouths.
Harvesting, we clip the lettuce down at the base, take the dead leaves off.
Jennifer Pankey has worked here since the greenhouse opened in 2012. She started as a client and turned that into a full-time job. Pankey put her struggles with addiction aside for her 2 daughters.
100% of the people that I've ever come through here, they say, I'm doing this for my kids, and they find themselves along the way.
Solutions for Change hopes the farm will eventually make money because the facility currently has to rely on grants to pay operating costs. They're focused on an impending expansion. Increasing scale could grow revenue enough to create a profit. That money would help fund the group's efforts to end family homelessness. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.